Jan Długosz, Polish pronunciation, ʻjan ʻdwuɡɔʔ 1 December 1415 19 May 1480, also known as Ioannes, Joannes, or Johannes Longinus or Dlugossius, was a Polish priest, chronicler, diplomat, soldier, and secretary to Bishop Zbigniew Oleśnicki of Kraków. He is considered Poland's first historian. Life. Jan Długosz is best known for his Annales su chronicy including Polonii, Annals or Chronicles of the famous Kingdom of Poland, covering events in southeastern Europe, but also in Western Europe, from 965 to 1480, the year he died. His work was first printed in 1701 to 1703. Whenever he bothers to mention himself in the book, he writes of himself in the third person. He belonged to the Wymiała coat of arms. Długosz was a canon at Kraków, educated in the University of Kraków. He was sent by King Casimir IV Jagiellon of Poland on diplomatic missions to the papal and imperial courts, and was involved in the king's negotiations with the Teutonic Knights during the 13 Years' War, 1454-66, and at the peace negotiations. In 1434, Długosz's uncle, the first pastor at Kraków, appointed him to take over his position as canon of St. Martin Church there. The town was in the Opole territory of Silesia, but had recently been conquered by the Długosz. Długosz stayed until 1452 and while there, founded the canonical monastery. In 1450, Długosz was sent by Queen Sophia of Halszany and King Casimir to conduct peace negotiations between John Hunyadi and the Bohemian noble Jan Jiskra of Brandeis, and after 6 days of talks convinced them to sign a truce. In 1455 in Kraków, a fire spread which destroyed much of the city and the castle, but which spared Długosz's house. In 1461 a Polish delegation which included Długosz met with emissaries of George of Podebrady in Bytom, Silesia. After 6 days of talks, they concluded an alliance between the two factions. In 1466 Długosz was sent to the legate of Kraków in order to attempt to obtain assurance that the legate was not biased in favor of the Teutonic Knights. He was successful, and was in 1467 entrusted with tutoring the king's son. Długosz declined the offer of the Archbishopric of Prague, but shortly before his death was nominated Archbishop of Lwów. This nomination was only confirmed by Pope Sixtus IV on 2 June 1480, 2 weeks after his death. His work Banderia Prutenorum of 1448 is his description of the 1410 Battle of Grunwald, which took place between villages of Grunwald and Streetbark. At some point in his life Długosz loosely translated Wigand of Marburg's Chronica Nova Prutenica from Middle High German into Latin, however with many mistakes and mix-up of names and places. Works. Liber Beneficiarum Diocesis Krakowiensis. Annales su chronici includi Polonii, Annals or Chronicles of the famous Kingdom of Poland Rechniki, Chili Chroniki Spanego Królestwa Polskiego, New Polish Translation of the Annals, 1961-2006. The Annals of Jan Długosz, English translation of key sections of the work, ISBN 1-900-1019-00-4 Historiae Poloniki Librici, Polish Histories, in 12 books, written 1455-80, first published 1711-12, in 2 volumes. Banderia Prutenorum, Flag Book, completed in or shortly after 1448, when Stanislaw Durink painted the illuminations. See also Jan Długosz Award. History of Poland. Notes. Sources. Davis, Norman, 1982. God's Playground, A History of Poland. Vol. I. Columbia University Press. External links. Liber Beneficiarum Ecclesiae Krakowiensis, Book of the Benefices of the Bishopric of Kraków, at the National Digital Library of Poland.